Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking at scary things that people cannot explain. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. There was a small door that led to an attic space in my bedroom, 11 years old to 13, and it became a habit that I would shut the door as I walked into my bedroom a couple times a week. I didn't think anything of it, just assumed my mum didn't close it all the way when she left it. After a while, I made the mistake of joking with her when she made a comment about me not picking up after myself. I said something like, "Every night I have to close the attic door behind you. How about you shut it all the way when you're done?" She then informed me that she hasn't been in the attic in months. Asked my brother, nope. Asked my father, nope. So then I started to pay really close attention to it, making sure it was closed in the morning, checking it after school, checking blast at dinner, and then head up to bed and open. After a couple months of wondering, studying, and experimenting, I thought I'd see what happens if I just don't shut it. Opened the door before school and checked it after school, still open. Checked it after dinner, still open. Before bed, still open. Now I'm laying in bed, mind going crazy with the open door across the room. Decide to check it out, so I roll over and focus on the black space into the attic. To see a face staring back at me. Bolt downstairs, wake parents, get ridiculed by brother, switch bedrooms with brother, move into new house about 6 months later due to expanding household. New physics teacher and his wife bought our house. What was the face? Someone has been living up there the entire time or something? I could have forgotten all about that event and chalked it up to me having an overactive mind. But then my senior year, I discovered how awesome our physics teacher was. Became my favorite class and by far my favorite teacher. End of senior year, my friend and I took a VHS camcorder around town, doing mostly silly things, but then took it to my old house to see what they've done with the place. We got a very fun tour. I got to tell stories about all the projects my dad did that was still part of the house. Then the wife leads us upstairs to show us the sewing room. I ask jokingly, "Notice anything strange in this room?" And her face goes blank. On camera, she asks what I mean and I try to shrug it off, but end up saying something about the attic door. She confirmed that every time she comes up to sew, the attic door is open. She then tells us that the second day of being in the house, the dog, German Shepherd, had gone into the room but would not go back downstairs. He started barking and could not be consoled, and then jumped through the window, landing on the tin roof over the porch and then running off. The dog did not come back until the next day and has not stepped foot into the hallway that leads upstairs since. I had the initial thought that I could show my parents and brother the story I had on film, but I decided to just let it be. That's so scary. So there is someone up there, or like a presence up there. Something is up there. This is why I don't trust houses with attics. Anything about those houses, suspicious. Like houses with attics, basements, suspicious. I was 11 and 12 when this was going on, so I did not immediately silence it all out. When I told my family that I saw a face, it was just my brother that ridiculed me. My father definitely would have checked it out for actual humans because one of the first comments he made was about a family that recently had a coin collection stolen from the house across the street. This event itself was easy to shrug off because I could chalk it up to a lot of other possibilities, like the ones mentioned below. It wasn't until 5 years later that it became freaky. The look on the wife's face before she told us about the dog was very telling, like something they decided to never put much thought into. Now my story added depth to the experience and their story added depth to mine. That's scary. Oh my gosh, I'm getting goosebumps because that's so scary. Imagine just checking out the attic, being like, it's nothing, and then you see a freaking face staring back at you. And then like you run back downstairs and I don't know, did they like check it again? And I guess they probably did, right? Surely they did. And then it's just like, oh, there's nobody. Anyways, there's more details about the face. The face was expressionless. I did not see a body, just what appeared to be a dimly lit face staring at me. The door was an actual door, just smaller, with a knob that has to be turned in order to open the door. So yeah, I'd be out of that place in a second. There's no way I would stay at that place after hearing all this. Nope. Hell no. Especially after the dog. Yeah, I always trust my dog, right? If your dog senses that there's like something odd about a room, surely that's a sign to be like, yeah, this place is probably not it. This is why I feel like when you're like seeing a place or something, or like, you're just looking for a new place, bring your dog with you. Because I feel like nowadays Asians are like more understanding, they know that you're going to be living here. So bringing your dog is okay. They will allow you. So yeah, when I was in uni, I lived by myself. It was a nice little studio unit behind a house in a fairly decent area. I would honestly think nothing of walking places at night. There was a 24-hour McDonald's and a 7-Eleven that I would walk to, often between 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. since I was a massive night owl. Well, one day after finishing an essay at about 2 in the morning, I decided I was hungry but didn't really have anything easy to cook, so I decided to walk down to the 7-Eleven and grab a pie or something. However, as soon as I opened my door, I was overcome by a suffocating feeling of fear. My heart started pounding. I started shaking the works, telling myself that this was ridiculous. I walked out to the street with the intent to still go, but that was as far as I got. I was terrified for no reason that I could understand, but no less intensely despite that. I ran back inside and ate dry cereal. Later the next day, I heard about a group of drunk guys that were causing havoc down near the intersection at the 7-Eleven. They'd beaten up someone from my uni. Even though I can't explain it, I'm convinced something bad would have happened to me that night if I had ignored that feeling and gone away. And that's the gut feeling. It's just your subconsciousness telling you, being like, nope, it's dangerous. Go back inside. Trust it. Pretty sure I lived in a haunted house for a while. Strange things. For one, I always felt like I was being watched in my room, and if I had the door open to the hallway, I would swear I'd see someone walk out by the corner of my eye. We had 2 cats, and sometimes they'd be in my room sleeping, and then all of a sudden they would sit bolt up and stare at the door. Nothing I did could move them for a long time. This happened often. One day in my bathroom, the shelf that had my sister's beauty stuff randomly lose hold of all the items. The thing was, the shelf wasn't loose or hanging, and all the stuff had to bounce out a 2-inch high lip into the sink. One time in the middle of the night, my sister's 100-plus-year-old dresser she got as a gift from my grandma just fell over. This thing weighed a ton and it was built like a tank. Sister said she heard the sound of someone pushing. Mom and sister used to yell at me for sneaking around the house. Only I wasn't home or I was in my room. And they said they saw a man in shadows that was about my height. One day we also ran into the old owner and my mom casually asked the lady if she had experienced anything in the house. The lady started crying and said no one believed her, but yes, she experienced a lot of stuff. I moved out around that time. I do not miss that place. Yo, if my, family started accusing me of doing something in the house when I'm not even home, I'd be like, you guys better get like an exorcist, like there's something in that house because it ain't me. So many things happening and like how come no one's doing anything about it, right? Everything is happening and everyone's just like, it's fine. We're chill. We're just chill people. It was a chilly December morning. I hiked in pre-dawn, taking about an hour and a half to go 3 miles off the beaten trails. Got to my nest about half an hour before sunrise and started to settle in. The wind kicked up and a fog rolled in that was thicker than milk. Within a few minutes, my visibility was 5. I'm sitting tight, huddled up against the freezing when I start to hear twigs snapping close to me. For no apparent reason, what is normally a rapturous sound indicative of an imminently successful hunt sent a frosty chill down my spine. I chambered around in my lever action at 30 to 30 as quietly as I could and lay flat on my back tucked against a fallen tree. The rustling was moving closer through the fog, but I couldn't see anything. The sun was starting to peek over the mountains to my east, and visibility was starting to increase. The rustling of twigs and leaves was sporadic, sometimes directly in front of me, sometimes behind or beside me. I remember laying there, rifle across my chest, thinking to myself how silly it was to react like such a coward. I rationed with myself that bears and mountain lions are a rarity where I was, and I had likely stumbled into a herd of whitetail that had bedded down. I decided to sit up. The rustling stopped immediately. As it was fully dawn by now, I was looking through the fog for the outline of my prey, which I had assured myself was literally all around me. It wasn't. Seemingly nothing was. But now the fog had faded away and it was apparent to me that I was alone in those woods. I hunted all day without seeing so much as a squirrel. Around 3 in the afternoon, after fighting the wind, an abnormally cold day, and not wanting to hike out by flashlight, I decided it was time to start to head back to the truck. Walking out of those woods was the most uneasy I've ever felt. Lawfully, once you make it back to the trail, you're supposed to clear the chamber of your rifle. Not that day. What is normally a stroll through the woods, I undertook with the seriousness of an animal being stalked. I would walk and then stop and listen. I never heard or saw anything during my retreat, but I could feel eyes on me. I was about 100 feet away from my truck when I rounded the last corner and saw, hanging at eye level from a tree by a noose, a stuffed bear in a blaze orange jacket. I'm a giant, broad-shouldered outdoorsman, but that one shook me something fierce. Huh? Wait, I'm confused. Like someone put that there on purpose? Like the thing that was stalking them was an actual person who put it there so they would see it kind of thing? Because they said it was a stuffed bear, right? You know, if you hunt again, it's gonna be you next kind of thing. I don't even know, but that's creepy. So he was being watched though. But I guess the thing, or like the person that was watching them, probably thought, you know what, let's just warn him. I don't know, but that's scary. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!